Thank you very much. You can imagine a situation where the country that is at war is sending grains to Islamic State of Nigeria. All is audio. You send grains to Nigeria that is richer than you. What a point is Ukraine trying to make here? Nothing. Ukraine came to Nigeria to solicit for fund just a few months ago. And I don't think Nigeria gave them any money because they are not Islamic State. Okay? Now, Ukraine is sending grains to Nigeria for food scarcity. Who are those going to benefit from the grains? You are going to watch and see whether Nigeria will share grains to people. There is no database to distribute grains to people. There is no data, there is no nothing how you are going to distribute these grains to people that are hungry. It is corruption. You continue to give grains to Nigeria, you continue to support evil, corruption, stealing, fraud. Because without grain, nobody would do fraud with the grain. But now Ukraine have sent grains to Nigeria. They have, facilitated another fraud because there is going to be a very big fraud and a scandal in this sharing of the grain. Everybody know what happened during the COVID-19. The COVID-19, many goods and services, many commodities that were seized by Nigeria Custom were packed in warehouses. And those warehouses, they opened it and shared those items to representatives, Nigeria representatives within Biafra territory. All of them, they seized it. They didn't want to share it to the people. Okay? And the people of Nigeria had to discover where these items were packed. They break it by themselves and carried it by themselves, and many people were killed. So Ukraine is at war. Ukraine don't have food to eat. Ukraine, people like us have sent money to even Ukraine. Today, the war is still there. They are looking for people to fight for them in Ukraine. As I'm talking to you today, the many nations, many countries within the European Union are sending men to go there and fight. Just a few days ago, somebody from Finland died there who is fighting for Ukraine. They killed him. That Ukraine is now sending grain. Ukraine that they are hungry are sending grain to Nigeria to continue to support evil because something they are targeting. They can never get it. I'm telling you the fact. Nigeria is going down. Biafra will crash that particular interest that is making them to continue to fund terrorism by proxy. That's our message to Ukraine. You can't fund a foundation that is rotting to continue to feed your ego or whatever the motive it is that makes you to fund Nigeria by sending grains to people who never cared about the citizens. They think that people are dying of hunger. When you send grain to Nigeria, they are going to share to the citizens? Never. We are going to wait to see how the grains will be shared. That's all I want to say this evening. Thank you. And I know many of them are watching me now on Twitter because many of the journalists are watching what we're doing. They're following us bomber to bomber because they know the momentum we are using now is something they can never ignore. You can never ignore us. And in a few days' time, we will again bomb them again in the mainstream media. It is going to shock everyone. Thank you.
The zoo soldiers has deployed over thousands of soldiers to Biafran land. Over thousands of soldiers to Biafran land. As 48 hours after hearing that Biafran has received their first black boss to announce their freedom. Thousands of soldiers have been sent to Biafran land to seize measures, and they are not tired of considering that the people they are sending have children, have people that they call family. Hear the news in details. Lovers of freedom and freedom fighters, we have come a very long way And this one long way will determine where Biafrans are heading from here. Just like I said before, it's only going to take some time. But with time, things will unfold itself. We have come to realize that the only way we can fight this one full battle and not getting hurt is by doing what? Doing the necessary thing that should be done. And that necessary thing is holding ourselves together. Yes, holding ourselves together. And by so, we will come to realize one of the most important things about life, which is underestimating what must be done. So, as we pull our hope to the proper order, we must equally understand that one of the most important knowledge that should be done is what? Holding ourselves points plain black. And what we are saying here is that no matter what they try to deploy, however way they try to deploy what they want to deploy, let them understand that things will no longer be taken for granted. It's just the beginning and it's just the feasible end. The world is a big place and Biafra must be free. There's no two ways about it. Yes, there is no two ways about it. So, as we portray this very message, let's understand that the game has changed. And by so doing, we can now underestimate the biggest breakthrough of our time. So as we are riding for freedom and making proper sense, let's not forget that we have so many people who wants the Biafran head. Are we ready?